Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
And we're back, man. Episode 265.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get right into it. There's about to be a documentary that's coming out called Freaknik. Now, if you don't know what Freaknik is,
Lord help us.
yeah, a lot of you guys are too young to know what that means, and some of you guys are the exact age. But I think our age demographic that listens to this podcast the most, they know what Freaknik is. Because
I only know what Freaknik is because of you.
Oh fuck, yeah, you were, but you was born.
I'm also from California.
California. That shit was in Atlanta.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It was like I'm a '90s baby from California.
Okay, yeah, a lot of people came from California to go out there to go to Freaknik too. Anyways, Freaknik. Let me just do a small overview of what it was. Freaknik, and fall the Atlanta street party. Hold on. Hulu is giving an infamous Atlanta street party, Freaknik, the documentary treatment, and it is plenty of people talking already. The streamer announced the project, formerly titled Freaknik, the wildest party never told, on April 6th, which will see well-known figures Jermaine Dupri and Luther Uncle Luke Campbell as executive producers and Geraldine L. Porras as showrunner. According to the documentary, logline viewers will soon see how it recounts the rise and fall of a small Atlanta HBCU picnic that exploded into an influential street party and spotlighted ATL as a major cultural stage. Can the magic of Freaknik be brought back 40 years later? A release date has not been announced. Okay, because Freaknik lasted all the way up to 98. They even covered it on MTV, Freaknik. Like, true story, Freaknik. And it captures some gruesome shit.
Not bad.
Yeah, bad. It's one of the same reasons why Woodstock ended, because it was, the facilities were disgusting and there was too many women getting assaulted. Okay. Here's the deal, because we're going to cover a lot talking about Freaknik. First off, Freaknik is the closest thing to a real life purge. You know, in the movie Purge, when they let the purge begin, burn.
You got a whole 24 hours to kill niggas.
Yeah, but this is different. This is just like people being straight cold-blooded freaks.
Yeah, you got 24 hours to be a freak.
You got 24 hours to suck cock. Burn.
Chill. That's crazy.
People out there just gagging in the streets. Oh my God, mommy, they're doing it.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but basically, that's what Freaknik is. It was just people. It would be people playing music loud, dancing, just young people, women out there.
It's a picnic, but just like a freaky picnic.
Freaky, like super freaky. It's way worse than the shit you see on. Well, I won't say it's way worse than the shit you see online now, because the shit that's online now is like softcore porn. But back then, there wasn't real accounts of it because everybody didn't have cell phones out. See, we have too much access to each other now. We have cell phones that could post something and it's shown all over the world. It's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's on everything. But back then, the closest thing to a cell phone was a camcorder. And there was dudes that would be walking around with camcorders recording every fucking thing. And we know this to be true. If you've seen that Kanye West documentary, and his buddy Cootie was just recording everything. Yeah, genius. It was hours and hours of fucking recording.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's recording went all the way back to 98. From 98 all the way to 2021 when that came out, or was it 2022? One of them. But yeah, it was wild. Year. It was wild. And there was a lot of women, and I'll get to the assault part, but there was a lot of women who willfully went out there and wanted to have fun, right? And there were women out there having orgies and men obviously being involved in that. And there were women on the other side of that were being taken advantage of and being raped, and which was terrible. It wasn't a vast majority of people getting raped, but it doesn't matter. Like the fact that it was that many people that was just like seeing some of the shit go on and it wasn't getting broken up. That is terrible. But we'll get to more of the gruesome shit then. Later, but there was some pictures that are on Twitter. You can see them.
Yeah, it's not looking good for you probably born in like the 70s, right in there.
The people over there, that age?
People born in the 70s, maybe mid 60s. Yeah, it's not looking too good for you.
Nah, not good for them. There's a video of a cop spreading the chick's ass cheeks open, putting his finger in her booty hole or in her vagina, one of them.
And they found him.
Yeah, they found him.
Yeah, they found him in the modern day. I don't know what he's doing, but I think he's still a police officer.
Yeah, he's a cop, and there's literally a picture of him smiling with a chick's ass cheeks open.
Yeah, cheeks all spread.
I'm just like, this is crazy. Then there's another picture with like 5 dudes, including the cameraman. They're holding their butt cheeks open, and they're all smiling, and she's smiling. So let's be clear. There are women back then that just wanted to explore themselves, and they did that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, everybody consented to it. It was nasty, right? And the thing about it is I don't want to just jump on the women because it is the men. It's weird because if you got one woman and it's 5 guys and you guys all got hard dicks, I don't know about that, buddy.
It is in Atlanta.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you definitely might want to question your sexuality. You got 5 dudes standing there with hard dicks, like, it's my turn, bro. It's my turn. You killed it though. Good job, bro. But it's my turn next.
Yeah, it was one dude that was just beating cheeks from the back. And this nigga's like really just watching it like it's a pickup basketball game.
They just watching this dude. It's like, this is like, it was a sexual purge, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's wild, dude. Like, what's crazy is I think that college people, or just people in general, all go through some sort of a hoe phase. I feel like most women do. They just won't ever admit it, right? Like, I remember back when I was in college, I'm not going to say no names, but there was this chick that now she's like, into the church and married and all these things. And there was like 5 or 6 dudes that they were like, hey, man, we got to go over there and holler at such and such. She's trying to, let us hit. And I'm thinking like, what? What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
And these dudes literally went in there and they all smashed this girl. And by the way, she consented to it, right? And that was in college, and I was like, and I told one of my homeboys, I was like, did you know that they all was in there? He's like, yeah, man, that shit nasty. Like, I've never been that guy that want to go in a room with a chick that want to fuck like 5 dudes at once. That's just not me. That's nasty.
That's wild.
That ain't it.
Yeah.
But you would never know these things because even when I was in college, we didn't have smartphones yet. Mm-hmm. Back in 2005, it wasn't no smartphone out. Mm-hmm. So all we had was motherfucking Motorola Razors. If you got a sex tape on that shit was a fucking, what do you call that shit? A MPEG or what they call it?
720.
Yeah, no, it wasn't 720.
480p.
Not 480 either.
That's crazy.
That motherfucker was a JPEG.
Just a picture.
Yeah, it's pixelated. Yeah. Nipple be all scrambled up.
I remember having a phone and thinking like, damn, I'm about to get hoes now. And it didn't happen.
No, it didn't.
I thought the phone, I just meant like, nigga, you about to get all the females, but didn't nobody have my number.
Yeah, Freaknik, man, that was a different time, man. People like, I love Freaknik. But let's be clear. There were some people that went out there to sightsee and just went to experience it and go home. But there was other people that in their small town, they probably had a reputation to uphold. Some of these girls in these videos that are, they either having sex or giving head or whatever, they're probably like in their hometown, they probably weren't like that. Mm-hmm. But they was able to go once a year and have a sexual purge in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was some girls on there. They was from Indianapolis. But you could tell they had that sexual energy in their eyes. They wasn't doing nothing nasty, but they was talking. They was just like, so what's your name? Like, okay, that's what's up, Marcus. And they just had that energy, you know what I mean? But they was just driving through like a crowd, so it wasn't nothing crazy.
It was basically like at Freaknik, if a girl wanted you, what was happening? Here's the thing that was happening. I'm glad Charlamagne covered this. If a woman wanted you and it was Freaknik, let's say you was just drinking a beer, standing by yourself, they would jump out of cars and start twerking on you. Like you standing there and it's like one girl twerking on you. And then all of a sudden the girl's twerking on you, pull her pants down, twerking on you again. And now y'all fucking in the street.
Yeah.
With no condoms on.
No condoms.
This shit was wild. I'm telling you, it's the closest thing to the purge we have ever seen.
Yeah. It's a massive orgy. You know what's crazy? I think what I imagine this documentary is going to do too is it's also going to because you know how it is, like if you didn't know, if you never came to Bakersfield and you just watched the Colin Kaepernick documentary, you may think niggas is getting killed every day by police.
Yeah.
So I imagine part of this documentary is going to show like that it was some things happening, but also there was like, you know, positive things or like people actually having fun or people having like, you know, that have had good experiences there. So yeah, I'd be interested to see. The only thing that I don't like about this documentary, and the documentary hasn't even came out yet, so I don't even know. You know, I think the stuff that we have seen is just content that people have from other documentaries or content that people have just in their phones. And it's good that, like, you know, Jermaine Dupri being, you know, he's not from Atlanta, but I think he grew, you know, primarily like his adult life was spent in Atlanta. Just him being a part of it, I think is going to have a certain level of integrity. Yeah. And Uncle Luke being a part of it too, I think it's going to, you know, it's going to be the right tone. Cause I don't know, I haven't seen the MTV documentary, but I would imagine there was like a certain tone that documentary had. But the thing that I don't like about this documentary is it's really like affecting people's lives. And we really going to get into it, but just like, you know, the police officer, not that he shouldn't be doing that as a police officer. But imagine
you already mentioned that yet? Did we talk about that?
Yeah, you just said that.
Oh, okay.
But imagine you're a police officer and you just, you know, you're out there having fun. And then however many years later, you getting ready to retire, get your pension. You may have like a couple more years before you ready to retire. And then this photo comes out and you get fired or you get, you know, released, whatever the case may be. Or, you know, you're a mom now, or you work in a hospital, you're a nurse, or you're a teacher now, or whatever the case may be. And you got videos of you coming out of you twerking, and you just, you know, your career is compromised. You embarrassed. It's just a bad look. So, you know, for both men and women, I just think that this documentary, what I hope for this documentary is that it's actually saying something. Like there's an actual message to it. Because if it's just to out, you know, everybody that came to Freaknik in the 90s, and it's just like y'all just ruining people's lives really without actually putting a real message to it.
Multiple things are true though. I think that this is a story of being cognizant of what you're doing, because there's going to be a lot of this in the next, like by 2035, there's going to be a bunch of OnlyFans content that's released, and it's going to be a bunch of people getting fucked on there and come everywhere and shit, and all the people who are having kids now that they shut they OnlyFans down and they got in the church and they're active in the church now, all that shit's going to resurface. Trust me. If videos from Freaknik can resurface fucking nearly 40 years later, just imagine.
The OnlyFans doc in 30 years.
That shit gonna be wild. OnlyFans doc, it's gonna be all kind of like, it's gonna be politicians on there. It's gonna be presidents on there. It's gonna be a president that's gonna just literally like change the world. Like they're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm voting for Bobby Wagner or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden, Bobby Wagner videos of OnlyFans of him fucking like 9 chicks at one time is gonna resurface.
Yeah.
People I think that young people need to be aware.
Like people, I think you could run for president at what, like 33 or something. I forget the age.
No, I don't think it's 33. I think it's 50.
No, it ain't that old.
It ain't that old?
No,
45?
I'll look at the real numbers so we're not just talking. But whatever the case may be, that age is, you know, approaching for, you know, people that are my peers. Let me see, age of running. Oh, dang.
All right, let's see. Be at least 35.
Yeah, 35. So, yeah, it is. I mean, you know, that's for a person that was born around the same age as me. That's right around the corner. So,
yeah,
you know, it's gonna be some wild stuff connected to, you know, the you know, the presidents that are my peers.
Mind you, what we've seen is this, and like I said, I don't want to make it like I'm outing women, because there's men being outed by this shit too. That cop, like his job, I don't have any mercy on that cop though. That dude, his job was to protect and serve. That's a serious job.
He was serving dick.
Yeah, he was serving dick. He sure was. So he was protect and serve instead of he was spreading ass cheeks open. And that's like, come on, man. Like that's one thing that really, you're supposed to be the one that's like stopping
he's supposed to be stopping assaults and stuff. Yeah, he out there spreading booty cheeks.
Yeah, but she was smiling. Yeah. So I mean, here's the thing: if a woman is consenting to any of this stuff, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But once they're not, that's a fucking problem. Mm-hmm. But I really think that with these situations, we have to be cognizant of what we do when we're young, because that shit can come back. We act like it won't happen.
Yeah,
this shit on the internet, bro. I'm telling you right now. It lives forever. Instagram's going to be done one day. There's not going to be any Instagram. And people think that just because Instagram is, it's going to be gone one day, that all of your pictures are going to be gone.
I mean, we don't even need Instagram, bro. There's a picture of Jerry Jones.
Yes, thank you.
Standing in the front of the school.
Segregation picture.
And he ain't had no cell phone growing up.
Thank you.
So it don't matter. None of that matters. It is, as long as, there's anything to capture, some sort of images, whether it was a painting back in the 1800s or whatever, before, photography was invented, all this other stuff. Like this stuff is documented. It's
documented. And, I feel bad for the people that you never want to judge somebody by their lowest moment. You really don't.
Yeah.
Right. And you don't. And I don't believe in the idea of, people kissing and telling and things of that nature. I would just advise women to be careful when they are hoeing it, because truth be told, I don't really have a problem with women having hoe phase, but I think it's levels to hoe phasing. It's levels to the hoeing. I think if you out here just messing with a couple dudes or something like that here and there, that's not a big deal. But when you got
that's level 1 hoeing.
That's level 1 hoeing. Level 3 hoeing.
You can still find you a decent husband.
You definitely can. Mm-hmm. Right? Because I think as a man, you should never expect she shouldn't be with no more than 3 guys. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. That's not reality. Mm-hmm. Women can live their life the same way you can. So yeah, whatever. But level 3 hoeing is where I have a cutoff. I think level 1 hoeing I don't have a problem with. Level 2 and 3 is bad. Yeah. 2 is where it's like they going on serial dates. They fucking a gang of dudes. Level 3 is like they getting trains ran on them. Mm-hmm. I can't marry that, because what's going to happen is you marry this chick, she's great, and then Freaknik video comes out with 7 dudes smashing her at the same time.
Yeah.
And she's smiling in the video, and it's like, damn, like this is my wife. And now everybody knows that this happened.
Yeah.
So, and I would, the fucked up thing about it, people would shame me. They would say, wow, you're going to really judge your wife from that? And it's like, nigga, yeah. Like I don't want to judge her, but
I'm not really judging her. I'm judging her decisions.
100%. That makes me rethink everything, because you let all these dudes do that and you never told me about it. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you never told me, it tells me you were not.
Yeah, the Freaknik might ruin some marriages. I didn't even think about the marriages. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like the fact that you
ruining marriages and embarrassing kids.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your mom was throwing it back on a stranger, like, hi, what's your name? James? All right, take this pussy.
Dang.
Fuck. That's tough, man. Mm-hmm. And then if you a cop, imagine if you okay, you see I don't know what his position is now, but the dude was obviously a police officer back in, I think that footage was from 94. Mm-hmm. So 94, he looks like a pretty young cop, right? Mm-hmm. He's probably been on the force maybe a year or 2.
He would be primed to retire right now if he's still on the force.
Oh, yeah, but what if he was the fucking police chief? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Imagine if he was a police chief.
He might have forgot about that picture.
Yeah, he probably forgot. And all of a sudden some guys like, we want to congratulate our newest police chief. Here's his photo. Somebody hacked a computer, and it's a picture of him spreading
the internet is too good, bro.
Oh, spreading open ass cheeks.
We're in a dangerous time, because the internet, to be able to find that picture and find that guy in modern day. Somebody found the auntie that was like, man, I went to Freaknik 93, 94. Somebody found her OG picture.
Oh, they found it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, dog, leave her alone.
I think she said she went to several Freakniks.
Yeah, she said she went a few years in a row. But yeah.
Wow. That was a wild time, especially with Uncle Luke, because Luke is the reason why parental discretion advisory is on these freaking things, because his shit was, his concerts was highly sexual. Mm-hmm. He literally had a song called "Pop That Pussy."
Yeah.
Pop. that pussy, hey, pop that pussy, baby, pop. And they was twerking back in the freaking early 90s and the 80s. Mm-hmm. That twerking shit ain't real. People think twerking came from Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was before.
She just inherited the twerking.
They was twerking. Them Freaknik videos before Meg was even born.
The one video with Kanye West, we just seen a video with Kanye West in there.
Yeah, he had
Kanye West nasty. He for sure was at Freaknik.
He had a camcorder.
Yeah, but the girls in there twerking.
Yeah.
That's OG twerk.
Back then, they didn't call it twerking. They
yeah.
called it freak dancing.
Yeah.
Because they still called it freak dance when I was in high school. Because we would have like little dances or whatever. And
was you freak dancing?
Nigga, no.
You wasn't freak dancing? What was you doing at the dance?
Back then, the girl would be freaking on you. You would just pretty much be,
oh, yeah. That's what I meant. Like, but y'all dancing together. It's not like...
Nah, wasn't much dancing involved. It was just girls just throwing the ass on you hard. You was standing there while she throwing the ass on you. You had the easiest role.
For sure.
Yeah, but it's like, man, this shit is wild.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there were some people out here in Bakersfield that went out to Freaknik. I guarantee you. Mm-hmm. The same people that are, here's one. Hey, everybody listening now that you might have kids in elementary school or junior high, maybe even high school. The same people that are disciplining your kids, they used to go out to Freaknik and get smashed and come back to Bakersfield. The same ones that's telling your kids, you need to get to class on time, okay? I'm going to write you up if you don't do it. And like, well, Mrs. Lopez, I have pictures of you from 1994 at Freaknik. And she'll be like, where'd you get them?
Yeah. If you was popping your pussy for a real nigga in 1994 at Freaknik, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah, you can't tell me what to do. I'll just take these pictures. You got these, especially these young kids now. They out there framing the fuck out of these parents.
Yeah,
I got videos.
Yeah, if I was one of them teachers, I'd be like, nigga, this is artificial intelligence. That ain't me.
You know what's wild too? Back in those days, it was normal to go to an event like Freaknik and do some wild, crazy, freaky shit with people and never see them again.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons why the freaky shit happened.
Until the documentary come out in 2023.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. There's also video of men being angry at other guys saying like, oh no, we ain't doing that rape shit, man. You need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Like, I'm not cool with this, bro. And he said, oh, we ain't about to do that. He's like, nah, y'all niggas got to go. We ain't doing no raping here. You got to go.
That's weird.
Yeah, bro, that shit is weird. Like, and you know what's crazy is when you think about it, like, I think I literally stopped somebody from raping one day, and I don't even know if I realize it. I was at a party out there off of Panorama. Mm-hmm. You know, they got like it's where the out of town football players live. Mm-hmm. And I was over at the party chilling, and this dude was like following this chick, and he looked like angry, and she was like getting away from him, like, just leave me alone. And she went into the room and like closed the door. He was trying to like go in there and like force his way in the door. Yeah. And like me and like two other dudes was like, hey, dude, chill. Just chill, bro. It's cool. Just chill. Just leave her alone. Yeah. But who knows what he was finna fucking do? Yeah. I don't want to call the man a rapist, but I don't know. She didn't seem like she was feeling the dude. He was trying to fucking follow her in the room. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta, bro, I would say this to men everywhere. If you are out at some establishment and it's you and maybe a couple of people with you, and it's a woman just out on her own, make sure you watch her before you leave. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm at a grocery store and a girl parks out in a parking lot somewhere, I wait for her to get in her car and then leave, and then I drive off. Because women could be vulnerable and not even realize it at times. So it's like, man, you gotta it's kind of like an inherent thing to kind of watch them. You know?
Yeah, you got to, man. It's a crazy world out here, man.
Motherfuckers is weird, man. It was a video that surfaced recently of a girl. She was going into her apartment complex, and she felt like she seen somebody following her. So she kind of sped up her walk. And then when she got to her hallway, right where her apartment was, this is in New York, she started running. She ran towards her door and opened it. And this nigga ran around the corner with a knife. And she closed the door and locked it. Boom. He was trying to get in. He was banging on it. He had a knife in his hand like, hey, let me in. This nigga was about to kill her, man.
You know, it's crazy. If she had a gun and shot him, she would go to jail.
Fuck that. I'd be like, you can see.
New York laws.
As you can see the terror in his eyes and the knife. I mean, he had a weapon. I think that changed the playing field.
Don't matter.
Really?
Can't have no gun in New York.
Well, I think that the best thing she probably should have let him in and then shoot him. Yeah, just let him in and be like, one thing led to the next, and he shot me because it would have not been on camera.
Yeah.
All you would have seen is a nigga running your house with a knife, and he would have been crawling out with bullet holes in his ass.
I don't know how those bullets got there. I was dragging this.
I fully advocate for women shooting men that try to rape them.
Yeah.
And make sure you shoot him to death so he can't protest in court.
Yeah. Yeah, that's scary, man. There's a couple of those videos like people going to people's doors and like mentally ill people. Like, hey, do you got any sugar? And she's like, no, sorry, I don't have any sugar. He's like, open the door right now. And it's just like,
this nigga went from sugar to forcing the door open?
Yeah, like
he didn't even gradually
like that. That's not literally what happened, but I'm just saying that's the type of videos that be like circulating on like the ring apps and stuff.
What was the voice again?
It's like, hey man, you got any sugar? She's like, no, sorry, I don't have any sugar. Open the door right now.
I think it's turning into Batman.
But it was one where he was like really like sweet, like a normal person, and then he just turned into a demon. Yeah,
nigga was on demon time. I need some sugar right now.
I need some sugar right now.
Oh yeah, man.
It would be bad. Like if I happen to like come home or any sort of thing happen like that, at my crib and my girl's there like by herself, it'd be ugly for that dude.
The thing that's crazy too is the same. Some of the same shit was happening like the spring breaks. Mm-hmm. People was going out there getting smashed and drunk and all of that. But what's wild is, especially back in that time, people felt like you could go out and do some wild shit and you didn't have to worry or see these people no more. Yeah. So you could if let's say a woman from, I don't know, let's say she's from LA. She got 4 of her homegirls that go down there to Freaknik. Any guy that they thought is cute, they really like him, they hang out with him, they have sex with him, they swap out, have sex with other dudes, and they be like, girl, we had a good ass time. And they still all friends today in 2023. Mm-hmm. That secret exists with all those girls. They haven't said anything. They're all married, and all of a sudden, all the videos surface.
Yeah, man.
Damn. Because, dude, women will take the whole stories, women gonna take that to the grave.
Yeah.
As far as men doing whole shit, men will cough it up or talk about it. In fact, some women be low key wanting to know about your other encounters with women. Mm-hmm. Women will literally ask you about like,
what is the intent? What is the intent?
I don't know what the intent is, but women low key be like wanting to know about your past with other women. I don't know what it is, but they'll be like, so like, did you like have sex with a lot of girls or like what did da, 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 da. But I'll tell you right now, you do not want to exchange whole stories with women. You do not ever want to do that.
You'll lose.
She's like, well, I fucked 2 guys. It'd be like, whoa, oh my God. I don't want to hear this. Yeah. Women got some stories, man. Mm-hmm. Women met some dude at Starbucks, and then later that night they was drinking Starfucks.
God dang.
Yeah, it happens, man.
Yeah, it'd be that fast.
Some of the best women, too. Some of the best women, some of the best wives, mothers, girlfriends, the most loyal, respectful girls have a hoe past.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Level 1 hoe. Level 1 is fine. 2 and 3, got to throw it back in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get rid of it right now. Any girl that ever been a Freaknik?
Yeah, don't be out here expecting no girl to be some virgin or have be with 3-4 dudes. Like,
imagine being made at Freaknik.
What do you mean?
It's like a video of a dude smashing a female, and it's like, hey, that's how like some dude from the 90s, some 29-year-old, 30-year-old guy got here, or girl got here. Oh, that they was conceived on video.
Oh man,
yeah. The nigga that was giving the backstrokes and all the other people watching. It's a 20-some-year-old, 29-year-old kid.
That's the problem. That's a scary thing too. If a woman has an orgy and it's like 7 guys, she's like she can't even find a father because back then, like, how you gonna know where to get the DNA? Like, one dude could be from Brooklyn, one dude could be from Jersey, one dude could be from Arkansas, one dude could be from Florida. Mm-hmm. You got all this different.
The Yellow Pages ain't really got everybody name in there like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Yo, the Yellow Pages. Some of these people, these kids will never understand what it felt like to use a rotary phone or to actually look for somebody in the Yellow Pages. Yeah. Because the Yellow Pages, like when you went up to a payphone and let's say you wanted to find a business, you had to literally open, and all the payphones had a book that would hang at the bottom. Mm-hmm. I know you remember those. Mm-hmm. the book would be hanging. You had to grab a book and pull it up and open it, and then look through there and be like,
that's trash. The 90s was 90s was cool, but the 90s low key trash.
Yeah, I miss the 90s though. The simplicity of it. We have too much access now.
It's pros and cons for sure. I think you do miss that, like we mentioned it before, but you miss like when people know now when they call you. Like you used to be able to like have to leave a voicemail and then they just gonna get it when they get home, right? But people know now that when they call you, your phone is in your pocket.
100%.
So they just gonna call you again,
100%.
So that's the thing I miss about like the 90s, like, or even if you didn't have the two-way calls or whatever, like it would just be like the ding, like if they called you and you didn't have the two lines or whatever. But now it's so much access. Like you always getting text messages, you always getting phone calls. If you don't get a text, you're gonna get something on social media. Like it's just so much access to people. I was just talking to my girl's brother the other day, and he was asking if I had an Apple Watch, and I was like, no, I can't do it because it's too much access. Like if I want to put my phone down, people can still contact me, or I still get those messages. So
it's like some girl tried to upsell me, or she tried to sell me a watch. She was kind of cute. Some chick that worked at the T-Mobile iPhone at the mall, and I went in there to just get another case for my phone. And actually, I got I got the screen protector for free. She's like, so can I interest you in a Apple Watch? You seem like you need one. I was like, why would I need a watch? She's like, I mean, you don't have a watch. I was like, so you trying to get me to buy $1,000 watch?
Yeah.
She's like, I mean, you might like it. I said, you have a nice day.
Right? Yeah.
I was like, that cute shit ain't gonna work here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your
Niggas
number.
would definitely do that though. Like the cute girl, they for sure opening up their pocketbooks.
She's like, something. And then she really tried to. Then she leaned over and then she unbuttoned the blouse by one button. And she's like, "You sure you don't want an iPhone?" And I was like,
"She put the T in T-Mobile, huh? Titty Mobile, huh?"
She gave me some T-Mobile Tuesday treatment. Oh man, yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, good times, man.
But yeah. I mean, the documentary ain't out yet. I don't even think they have a release date, do they?
They don't. They just need to drop it. They need to drop it on multiple platforms.
This is going to be very lucrative for the people involved. So Jermaine Dupri, I'm sure he's gonna get a nice little bag, and Uncle Luke, you're gonna get a nice little bag. So that's gonna be cool, and we're gonna have more to talk about when the actual documentary come out.
Yeah, Freaknik now. It's gonna be so lame if they did it now.
Yeah, you can't do it now.
You can't do it now. It'll be way too much. Yeah. Like, it'll just be way too much of a police presence. It's going to be way too much people on their phones. Nobody's going to have fun.
You know what? You can't really do it. You could try to like rebrand it. But like if you did it, do it in like Las Vegas.
Man, that shit is going to be whack wherever. Somebody gonna do Freaknik, but it's gonna be like so politically correct. It's like, I'm a freak for Jesus.
But the thing with Vegas is like a lot of the prostitution stuff is legal, so you just have like you don't
want to do closer. That. Yeah. You don't want to be mixing prostitution pussy with regular people, man. Come on, man. That ain't right.
Yeah. It's just no way it works, especially after this doc come out. It's over.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's just a memory. What they could do is probably like make some shirts or something, get some merch off. I'm sure people will buy some merch.
Yeah, probably Freaknik 1994. It's wild, man. But I seen a kid down the street, but at the high school, and he had a Tupac shirt on. I'm thinking like, dude, Tupac died in '96, right? So he died like fucking over 10 years before you was even born. And you got a Tupac. I see young girls with Selena t-shirts and stuff. And it's like, fuck. What really makes me feel like I was a grown kid when these people were alive.
Yeah.
I was a grown ass kid.
Yeah, some people were not even born. That's the crazy part. Like, even like Michael Jackson died in 2010 or 2009, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But
not 9.
Just to think about like the peak of his career, like I was nowhere. I was nowhere to be. I wasn't even thought of. In terms of like when Thriller came out and stuff like that. So it's just crazy to think that that's how like iconic some of these figures are. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, man. Dang, that's a trip. I don't know, man. I think we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes, but I can't wait to see it. Yeah, certain things you remember vividly, and other things that kind of slip your mind. So this will be something to check out.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears.
Yes, sir.
Switching gears. Hiba Abouk. There's a soccer player. Okay, let me go ahead and pull this up really quickly. Really quickly. All right. Divorce. Hiba Abouk discovers Achraf Hakimi's mother owns all his assets. Okay, this is the story. All right. Hakimi and Abouk split was rumored for many months before Abouk confirmed it last month. Man, these people got names, boy. Rabat Arashav and Hiba Abouk are once again making headlines in the wake of their recently confirmed separation, with the latest reports claiming that Abouk will receive nothing from Hakimi's fortune and assets, as everything is registered under the Moroccan footballer's mother's name. Abouk was requested half of Hakimi's property and wealth, the Spanish news outlet Marca reported today, stressing that she was shocked to discover that he has nothing to his name. The same source detailed that Hakimi's mother has been receiving his wages on her bank account for a while, adding that she is the beneficiary of his income and wealth. Hakimi and Abouk split was rumored for many months before Abouk confirmed it last month. The Spanish Tunisian actress took to Instagram to announce that she and her husband are no longer living together while waiting for divorce proceedings. Okay, this is more of a story about a mother's love. I think that I don't know who came up with this idea, maybe a lawyer or I don't know who, but he had nothing to his name technically because his mother owned everything, and they had to be doing it for a while. I don't think you could just turn things over to somebody and that's how it works.
Yeah.
But literally, when she went to get half his shit, she couldn't get shit because it wasn't even. She couldn't take it from her. You're not married to his mother legally, so you can't take shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And they said that everybody in the courtroom was just shocked when it happened.
Dang.
You know, but I think that this is important because there's a lot of. I just talked to one of my buddies that's going through a divorce, and he's got to pay his ex-wife fucking $1,300 a month. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
I mean, I'm working to pay you. That's not right. That's not okay. That's not all right for anyone. But at least if I'm gonna pay for your shit, let's let it be a year or something. So you get on your feet and figure your life out.
Yeah, get stable. Save up some money type stuff.
But to be draining my account for years, that's not right, man.
Yeah, I gotta support that.
Imagine you get divorced and your ex-wife is draining your account while she at the same time is draining somebody else's balls. So it's like, you're not even draining my balls anymore. I'm paying all this money for this.
Yeah.
This is just, oh my God, this is terrible.
Nah, that's facts.
This ain't right, man.
Yeah, I think I think that's smart. I think that the whole conversation around prenups is real. Like, you know, especially like when you got a lot of money, and that girl, if she's a model, you know, she's pretty successful in her own right. So a lot of people think like, oh, if I'm successful and my partner is successful, you know, I don't have to worry about the money and all that stuff. But it's, you know, it's real. And I think just above all, it just makes it cleaner. Like I think signing a prenup might be a whole like easier than putting everything in your mom's name. But you know, I think that's just a way to get back at the system. Because the way that a lot of these divorces are being handled and the amount of money that is being exchanged, like Dr. Dre's wife, she was getting what? How much money she was getting?
A lot.
Yeah, it was
a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of money. And that's monthly. You know, she was getting a lot of money. So I just think like, you know, it's almost like a what do you call it? Like like they're relying on these funds from a person that they're no longer in a relationship with.
That's crazy.
Like, how do you get to reap the benefits of a Dr. Dre when y'all not even together anymore? Especially, and it doesn't really account for the way that, or the reason for the split, you know? So
yeah, I guess there's a way if you can prove that that your ex-wife is now living with another man, like if they're if they're living with somebody or they remarry, then that you don't got to pay that money no more.
But it's they gonna be way too smart for all that. I'm sure Dr. Dre got 24-hour surveillance.
He got PIs like a motherfucker.
Yeah, she making sure, if she is getting anything, any sort of, she got any sort of relationship, she gonna make sure she got all her I's is dotted and her T's is crossed. She not going into restaurants at the same time. They no public meetings, nothing like that.
Yeah, damn, that's wild, bro. Because you know that at after that breakup, a woman with all that money, a wife, like she just freshly divorced, so
yeah,
she still looked pretty decent, so she can get a man.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing too. I think outside of the money being exchanged, I think that you got to give me my last name back too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If my name is Scottie Pippen or whatever the case may be, you can't just keep running around calling yourself Larsa Pippen. Like, we not even in a relationship no more. You got you with my arch enemy son. You got to give me my name back. So that's one thing that if I outside of the money, even if the judge is like, bro, you got to pay her $30,000 a month, I'd be like, all right, bro. But the only thing that I asked for, she got to change her last name back to whatever her maiden name was.
Yeah, not only that, you're fucking Michael Jordan's son. Yeah. With my name.
Your name attached. That's crazy.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. That's crazy.
My goodness. Can you imagine? Like, Michael Jordan's son is probably saying some wild shit in the bedroom. Like, yeah, my dad better than your husband.
Who got better D? Jordan or Pippen?
Oh no. That's gotta be a defeating feeling. Knowing that you were the second best player on that team and Jordan is the greatest of all time. And now his son is fucking your wife.
Yeah.
God damn.
With the J's on. That's crazy.
Gotta be crazy. He in there smashing with the newest Jordans.
Yeah.
He be hitting it from the back like she like, I haven't seen those. He's like, these ain't came out yet.
That nigga smacking it from the free throw line.
That's a flagrant foul. Yeah, but I think ultimately, man, I think people like the idea of prenups and all this shit, it's not just for rich people. It's something you might want to consider. Because who knows, man, especially with today, relationships don't last like they used to. It's, everything is just so convoluted, man. And, the social media and all this, everything that people fall out of love, man. And it's unfortunate. I hate seeing people break up. I've seen some really good people that was together probably like 8-9 years ago, and then I'll be like, oh, hey, how's Jacob doing or whatever, and they be like, oh, we got a divorce 2 years ago. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah,
like,
I think one thing about the social media, I think the things that go on social media, it's new technology, but I think that the same thing we're talking about with Freaknik. I think that back then it was Freaknik. Now it's OnlyFans and these trips to Vegas and all that other stuff that be documented on people's Snapchats. But I think that, I think if you were a cheater in 2023, you probably would have cheated like back in the 90s. But I think the difference is like there's so much more information like about a person, right? So back in the day, if you met a person, you met them in the mall or you met them at work or whatever the case may be, their life is only like what they told you, what they articulated to you. And not that they're being secretive, but now you could, like, if you have past relationships, baby mamas, whatever the case may be, you could do the Instagram scroll, and then pretty much their whole life, their siblings, their mom, if they're family oriented and all these other things that people think are, just like makes a good partner.
Yeah.
And it's just so much information. And I think that's one thing that's like leading to people breaking up more often. It's like you just know too much. Too
much access.
Yeah.
Way too much. Too much. Like I was gonna mention it, but just the scarcity is missing. Like I think that's what draw people together. Like back in the day, if you went to a job, right, and let's say you worked in the steel mill for 10 to 12 hours a day, you didn't see your wife till you got off of work and you walked through the door and that's the second time she's seen you in the day from the time you left during breakfast time. Right? Nowadays, nigga, you go to work, she gonna be texting your ass, calling you out the day. Hey, babe, are you out? What did you eat for your lunch? Like, it's too much access.
That's a female question.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. What'd you have for lunch? How
it's
was your
too
lunch?
much fucking access.
Yeah, it was a sorry to cut you off. It was a video on TikTok. I don't know if it was a joke or a skit or not, but basically the dude had like his wife was heading off to work and he was about to play the game or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm gonna leave the camera in because I know she's gonna call me right now.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, and then he hopped in the car and it was like 2 minutes later and he was like, hey babe, how's it going? And she's like, oh, I'm just, doing the same thing I was doing before you left. She's like, I miss you. And he's like, how you miss me? Like you just left. So
yeah, therapy need to fix that. You got some abandonment issues or some shit. You lost a cat when you was 4 years old and now, you think
it's still there.
That was an animal ran off, not a whole man.
Yeah, but no, that kind of what you were saying. Like I think that's because you don't we're talking about it on the phone, but it was like you don't really have an opportunity to really miss people anymore.
Exactly, you don't.
Like in relationships and friendships or whatever. There are some friends that that are not social media people, especially now. Like I'm getting a little bit older, so they're not in their social media prime anymore. In terms of just like the amount of time they're on there, because I'll see some people that I haven't seen in a long time and they'll be like, hey man, like I seen that video you posted or I followed a podcast or whatever, but I'm like, dang, I ain't seen you post in 6 months or something like that.
They don't care that much.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the space that people are in now. But,
yeah, I was looking for a teammate of mine back in the day, Jeff Morris, man. I was looking for Jeff and I was like, oh, this guy doesn't have a Facebook. What's up with this guy? But then I thought about it. Like, it's perfectly normal for people my age at 38 to not have social media. Yeah. Like, we were one of the first groups that actually got all this shit introduced to us. So if we never I didn't have a MySpace account. I never had a MySpace, right? So it's normal to not have this shit like at all. Yeah. It was normal back in the day for you to graduate from high school and never see some of your classmates ever again. That was normal. Yeah. Right? The same way it was normal to go to Freaknik and, get smashed out and never see these people again. Not today. Too much access now. Yeah. Too much motherfucking access. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yep. And I don't want to go way off the topic. We pretty much covered it too. But another thing was the fact that we've gotten away from the family aspect of how things were in the 90s. Like families are not celebrated at all anymore. Yeah. I'll give you an example. Back in the day, all the shows, a lot of them, the family shows were massive. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters, Full House, Step by Step, motherfucking Family Ties, even fucking Al Bundy. I forgot. I think it's called Married with Children. And then Home Improvement. These are all family shows. Great shows. They all got replaced by motherfucking reality TV and
housewife shows.
It's ridiculous.
Where people are not actually wives.
No, it's ridiculous.
They baby mamas or girlfriends or not even or single. Like what?
Bro, back in the day we grew up playing board games, bro. We wasn't on no phones. And then not only that,
or eating at the table.
Bro, man, we ate at the table, man. We ate as a family. And what's crazy too is you take away things that include family, like Blockbuster. We used to go to Blockbuster as a family and get movies. It'd be some movies for kids, for me and my sister, other ones for my parents.
I was watching Pulp Fiction the other day, and I was texting my mom. It was late, probably 10 something, and I was like, "All right, mom, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm about to finish. I'm watching Pulp Fiction." And my mom, she always tells a story about I was 3 years old and we went into Blockbuster and I was crying or something like that. And I picked out the movie Pulp Fiction. Wow. And she said they try to put it back because obviously it's a rated R movie. But she said I started crying. So, basically they rented the movie and me and my dad watched it. Oh, but wow. That's that really has nothing to do with what you're saying. But it's just the family camaraderie of those Blockbuster trips and just more family stuff. It doesn't really happen.
People
nowadays.
Forget that I was the last generation that got to appreciate pizza parlors. Pizza Hut. People forget Pizza Hut had a whole pizza parlor where you had a salad bar with croutons and shit, and you had like unlimited pizza you could get. You had an arcade in that motherfucker. We actually went to real arcades back in the day.
Yeah.
Like all the like social stuff where kids have fun and family had, it's all gone now.
Even, there are still buffets, but like there were a lot more buffets back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, you would go to hometown buffet to.
That was cool. Family.
Yeah, going out with your family. It would be a treat too. Like, all we can eat for like $12 or however
back
much
in the
it
day,
costs.
you got overweight as a family. You go to
That's
hometown
facts.
buffet. You go to hometown buffet and go get 4 or 5 plates.
Yeah.
I remember one time I got a whole plate of fish one time because they had that bomb ass fried fish. It was like a square.
It was good.
Oh, so fucking good. But Golden Corral to me is just not the business.
I might have went twice and it wasn't bad to me, but a lot of people say it's terrible.
I'm not a fan of Golden Corral, man.
Yeah.
They need to change the name instead of Golden Corral, call it Silver Corral.
Can you take a date to a buffet?
I mean, if y'all both fat.
That's crazy.
If y'all both fat, you be like, ooh, I love chicken buffet. Yeah.
You know what's terrible though? Like a lot of these the Chinese buffets,
Oh no.
they just use the worst ingredients.
Oh man, that shit.
They don't care at all.
That grease, they didn't use that grease 30 times over.
Noodles be nasty.
Oily as fuck.
Hey, shout out to Ty. He just posted like some chow mein that he made. I was like,
Ty?
Yeah, Ty going crazy with the little food videos.
Yeah, shout out to Ty. He's
Niche.
making some pretty good videos, man.
Yeah.
It's like, right now, we're about to have the honey strips right now. What you do, you dip it in saltwater vinegar for 5 seconds. Tapping it with a towel.
He was doing like weird dances. Like, I don't even know why my body was moving like that, but it was moving.
Yeah. One thing I do like about Ty's videos is they actually do go through the fucking steps. Some people be like, I made some orange chicken, y'all. I just got the sauce, got this, and voila. You be like, nigga, you didn't
like
explain nothing.
if I wanted to actually make some of that stuff, like I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just follow Todd's videos. Yeah.
Here's that. Let's go ahead and jump out of there.
Yeah.
Switching gears. The Ring app got sued. Recently, the Ring app, or the Ring from Amazon that people have, they got sued because, let me go ahead and read it here. Okay. Amazon gave Ring videos to police without owner's permission. The revelation highlights the many ways that police can get footage from Ring doorbells and how often it happens without consent. Amazon handed Ring video doorbell footage to police without owner's permission at least 11 times so far this year. A figure that highlights the unfettered access the company is giving the police to doorsteps across the country. The revelation came in a letter sent to Senator Ed Markey on July 1st after the lawmaker questioned the video doorbell surveillance practices in June. Markey released the letter in the public on Wednesday. Ring, which bought, God damn it, what the hell? Oh, Ring, which bought in 2018, has repeatedly said that police can't view recordings unless clips are posted publicly or shared directly with police, though that does not apply to police subpoenas and emergency requests, while the company's policy has said this information can be shared without the user's consent. This letter is the first time the company has confirmed that it has handed over this information. Here's the problem I have with this. There was a scenario where a guy's neighbor was being investigated, and they wanted his camera footage to investigate his neighbor. He said, cool, no problem. Then they came back another day later and they said, hey, we need access to all of your cameras. And he was like, fuck no. And then what they did is they ended up getting his information anyways, because I guess they sent whether emergency contact or subpoena to freaking Amazon. So they got, not only did they get, and this is where it gets sick, not only did they get all of his camera footage inside of the home and outside, they got access to his fucking business that was outside of his home. So he had a business and they got access to those cameras, which I thought was a complete violation of your privacy.
And the cameras that he had in his bedroom.
Yeah. So why do you need videos of me fucking my wife? What does that got to do with
I'm
you?
giving long strokes to my missus, and y'all trying to watch my video?
Yeah, and not to mention, when you got to understand, when the police get this type of information, they're human beings just like everyone else, and there could be a pervert in the fucking department. Like, for crying out loud, when Kobe and his daughter and all those girls on the team died, fucking sheriffs had pictures of the bodies and were sharing them at the bar.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is real. Like, no, they need to completely block it. Here's another thing too.
We just seen the dude with his cheeks spread open. This is the type of people that are policing us.
Thank you. Literally, there was a cop spreading open ass cheeks. You know what I'm saying? And like, you think they're not gonna see the video? Like, haha, him, that guy here, yeah, he's an asshole, but look how small his cock is. It's like, dude,
That's hilarious.
like if the dude like,
And they just sharing it. I'm sure they got some little police Instagram where they sharing all these different videos. And
now they got a wild ass group chat, wild ass group chat. And as soon as one of the people in the group chat try to make sense, they just like create a whole new chat and stop commenting in that chat.
Yeah, they just get him out of there.
It's like, yeah, we had to kick Brad out of the chat. He tried to say something about Black Lives Mattering. And I'm
this nigga
like, fuck
stupid.
no, bro. We can't have you in here. Next week, we're going to sprinkle some crack on it. Yeah, man, that's not right. It ain't right. And also, police will do some shit. And let's say that they're at fault for something. We don't get to see the footage from their body cameras fucking for months. The public doesn't get to see their shit. Can you imagine if we hacked into their whatever database they use for those body cams? You know the type of shit we would see? Oh my God, we would see some wild shit.
A lot of Dunkin' Donuts.
It'd be a lot of Raisin Canes, Panda Express, donuts. You know, cops, fucking other female cops and male cops, fucking. They could be, because literally, that story of that girl we talked about, I forgot her name, but the one that was getting smashed by the whole department. Like, those dudes, there was a dude that just got outed recently, a black dude. He got outed for being one of the guys she was fucking with.
Really?
I guess he tried to denounce it and said, I had nothing to do with it. Then it's like,
nah,
nigga.
found him out.
It's like, nah, nigga, we know you was fucking.
Yeah, just take it on the chin, man, like she did.
I knew you was coming with some heat. I knew you was coming with some heat. I just had to let it roll. Oh, man. Yeah. Shit ain't right, though, man. You can't violate somebody's privacy like that with the Ring app. I think too, we have to, you know how when we let's say we download any app on our phone or whatever, it has terms like the terms and agreements or whatever. I feel like if the terms and agreements are so long, it's like you just like, all right, cool, I just want to use the app.
Yeah.
Not realizing that when you use that app, there's going to be a day where something might happen and it's not to your benefit.
Yeah, my Uncle Jamel, rest in peace to him. He was the first person that was like, that really thought about it. Like, yo, like we not even reading the terms and agreements. And this language is confusing. And like, you know, like he just really sat down and like read it, you know, read certain, like the Facebook terms. And he was like knowledgeable with like the different terms. And most people, we don't read that stuff. Like we just trying to download the app. But yeah, you think about it, they be having access to, you know, their access to your location and all this other stuff. Like a lot of the apps you download is websites that you're just going to, you know, see if they have spark plugs at AutoZone and they asking for your location. It's like, why do you need it? Yeah, let me put my information into your system, not like you asking for it. Like, let me just put the area code in and then search it from there. Like, why do you need to know where I'm at?
You don't need all that. That's ridiculous.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, this a little too much. Yeah, but I don't know.
But I think it's interesting. There's a case out in Bakersfield where this guy got killed, and they had Ring app footage, but it was like from way down the street, you know. So it's for sure a thing. Like I was telling my friend, especially with crime, like you can't really be a criminal nowadays. No, like the way you, and not that you should be a criminal. But I'm speaking about it in a way of like, nigga, y'all stupid. Like, basically, like 3 cars pulled up. It's probably some gang activity. Right. 3 cars pulled up. They shot this dude, and then they all just peel off. Right. But it's a dark street, whatever the case may be. But in their mind, they think they got the perfect escape plan. Stupid. They probably communicating to, all right, we're gonna pull up on him. We know where he at. Blah 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 blah. But the Ring cameras down the street, and they have license plate. They have like half the numbers on the license plates. They know all 3 cars that was involved.
Oh my God.
And that's like the information that they release. But they just released that information based off of one
camera.
Yeah, but I would imagine we got Vivint, but we got like we got 2 cameras at our crib. So I know probably everybody got some sort of, whether it's Ring, Vivint, or...
So it's just bouncing from camera to camera.
Yeah, so it's probably, when that loud noise happen or when they pass, because the way ours is set up, if you park in front of, or if you walk past the driveway, a lot of the times it'll send a notification.
And it's very simple. If you literally get about 12 to 15 witnesses that hear gunshots at a certain time, they say, yeah, around 7 o'clock I heard it. Like about 7:15, I think I heard it. About 7:10 I heard it. So you know it's around from 7 to 7:15 you heard it. All you got to do is take that timestamp and get every piece of footage from each fucking Ring app in that area, and bam, you get the dude's face. There was a dude that committed a crime, and literally... They caught this nigga in 4K, bro. I swear to God. Like, he was running down the street and stuff.
Why are you running?
He's running down the street like it was GTA. He looked like a fucking NPC running down the street. They got him in 4K, bro. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
You can't be a criminal nowadays, bro.
No,
like,
get a job.
Even in the 90s, like when you watch like Tupac, his last day, when they document that, it's like, okay, he went over here. He went to the Tyson fight. They got all the footage of him walking through the
This
thing.
is in 96.
Yeah, he got in a fight right here. Boom, he dipped over here. He got this shirt on right now. He got this chain on, whatever the case may be. And then they got pictures of him that, fans took of him in the car. Like, then they connecting all that. But nigga, now it's a camera everywhere. Yeah. We recording on a camera. If a crime happened right now, it's gonna be in 6K.
We're so much more technologically advanced now. So you minus over 20 years from, where Tupac died. Mm-hmm. And it's like, fuck. Mm-hmm. They still had a lot of, and then not only that, if the paparazzi taking pictures, those pictures still got a date on them and a timestamp. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's
in the metadata. Well, back then it used to be actually on the image.
Yes.
But now it's in the metadata. Your iPhone know where the longitude and latitude of the picture you took.
Yeah.
So
what'd be funny though, what's crazy though is this, is sometimes your phone could snitch on you. Or not snitch on you, sometimes it knows a little too much. I was doing cardio at the gym and somehow it tracked it. I'm like, how the fuck?
They're just tracking your cardio?
I don't know how I did it. Because it said, like, I did 25 minutes, and then at the top it said 25, and it calculated my calories too. Oh, dang.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then also when I'm, because I have the app for my Fitness Pal, when I'm getting my steps in, it'll tell me how many steps I took.
Yeah.
Today I got like 12,000 steps. Mm-hmm. So I was like, bruh.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, man.
To know that based off of just your movements or whatever.
Or what you frequent. Mm-hmm. Like, the thing about it too is, what's crazy. Okay, look, this is the thing. You might want to check this. It's pretty interesting. Obviously, you and your girl's in the same house. Mm-hmm. But if you checked, or it might pop up on your phone, it'd be like, this location, like you frequent this location at this time. Mm-hmm. And it like shows the address. Mm-hmm. Or will show like the time or the address or the area. Like, or when I go to the gym, it'll pull up a timer, because I use a timer when I'm using the ropes. I do 1 minute intervals, and then it'll pop up sometime. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. That stuff is crazy. Even crazy. I remember when me and my girl started talking, like, it was like, you text so much, and it was like suggested that we go on a date. And
no,
it
didn't.
When we first started,
are you fucking
texting.
Serious?
Yeah. And I was like, man, this is like, it's your phone. It's cool. Like, sometimes when you be thinking about like, oh, okay, that makes life easier. Like, certain things are convenience. But when you actually think about it, you're like, yo, this thing it has too much, like, it knows me too well. And I don't like that at all.
It'd be like, yeah, who knows what it's gonna, man, you need to stop drinking.
Yeah.
You drink too much alcohol.
Yeah.
Be like, man, how about just stick to being a computer, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, this AI getting out of control too. The artificial intelligent voices, they sound just like T-Pain or Drake and shit.
Bruh,
It's not
this
good.
artificial intelligence is going to, I don't know. I would suggest for myself, and I'm telling you this for myself as well, really start, getting versed in what's going on, because we ushering in a new era, and we don't want to be late on the we don't want to be on the back end. We don't want to, because like when people was making all that money on Bitcoin, it was like, dang man, we got to hop in there, or cryptocurrency and all that other stuff. So I would just suggest for you to, like, when you're on the road, nigga, pull up them YouTube videos and see what's going on. Cause
that's true.
Yeah, I want to see what's going on too. Cause the way they're doing it, and that was a thing for me, like, especially being an artist. I know people that are getting the Chat GPT screenplays.
I've been
like
hearing about that.
Yeah, they
ChatGPT.
just putting in, it's basically like a search engine on steroids. But you can put in so I have a movie that I'm writing called The Field, right? And I put in like the premise of it into the thing. It's about basketball players growing up in the hood and all that kind of good stuff. So I put it in there, and it was like spitting out a real screenplay. It started out as a screenplay, these guys playing at the park, and then basically these OGs come and steal his ball and like make him make a decision, like, is he gonna play basketball or is he gonna join the gang? It's a terrible screenplay, but it was just like the way they spit it out fast, like, and it's like a legit story. Like if you took that as like the core and then added the better dialogue, it might be legit. So
Holy shit.
yeah. So even for creatives, it's like, dang dog, like who knows what that's gonna look like?
I think I heard Schultz talking about, like, the more technologically advanced we become and things of that nature. The people who don't have real personalities that create content are going to get washed away by robots and automation. But people who are legitimate content creators that display their real personality can never be replaced.
I don't know, man.
I think he's right though, because Schultz was just talking about this, and it's the truth. Because if he said, like, as far as the radio, you could do the typical playing this at 7:45 and blah blah blah, and you could play the music or whatever, right? But when you have, he said, I think it could do that, but the robot can't do Donkey of the Day.
But this is the thing, though. He's talking about it from this artificial intelligence has been around. Artificial intelligence has been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. Like they've been playing chess with computers and stuff for a long time. That's technically artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we're talking about this as like a 4-month sample size, right? And right now we got Kanye West sounding exactly like Kanye West singing country music.
Yeah.
Singing Justin Bieber, like slaps, like really good songs, right? Mm-hmm. This is only like the beginning of it. I don't know what artificial intelligence will look like 5 years from now. I don't know if there's going to be because it's at the end of the day, like a screen. I'm only talking about like a screenplay, because that's what I'm well versed in. When you're writing a story, when you're writing a screenplay, there is a formula to it, right? There's a setup, then there's some conflict that happens in the middle of the movie, and then at the end, either there's a resolution. There's the hero either gets what he wants or he doesn't get what he wants, but for the most part, he learns some sort of lesson, and he's a different person than he is in the beginning of the movie, right? Okay. So if you think about that, there's a formula to writing a script. You know what I mean? There's acts. There's like, that's how we learn. That's how we learn it. And when we are watching movies or when we're reading screenplays, we're taught to break it down in that way. Like, okay, this is the end of the first act. So I say that to say, if a computer knows all of that information, what an act break is, where it should be, what happens in the middle of the movie, how the movie should end, how the character should look. There's a version of an algorithm that you can create that can spit that out, And it's just going to take a while to get all the nuances, like what a scene should look like, what a conflict in a scene should look like, how, the climax of a scene and all these other things. So
speaking of climax, I think we're gonna start fucking robots.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna reach that point where people start fucking robots, especially with the way dating is going and people are so detached. And, people have too much access and they get bored too easily. I think that people are gonna start fucking robots. I think it's gonna be, you're gonna go to a whole club that's just nothing but robots in there, and they ready to get smashed.
That's how Freaknik can come back.
Yeah, just fucking robots.
Robots.
These robots have the incapability.
Thick robots, though.
Thick robots. Yeah. They got to be thick because you got to cover all that all steel, all the components,
wires and stuff. Yeah,
But that's the thing, bro. I really think we might hit that day where people start fucking robots, because it also would be a huge reduction in STDs and HIV and AIDS.
Yeah,
if people start,
these robots might be hoeing out here.
Robots that what we mean?
Robots. I mean, computers can get viruses.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck around and just fuck your whole mainframe up. Damn. That'd be fucked up if you got the virus from a computer. Every time I pee, it burns. I pissed out a floppy disk earlier. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I wonder how many people don't know what a floppy disk is, man.
Yeah, especially now. That's OG. When we were kids, they were already on the way out.
Yeah.
I was using floppy disks to save stuff.
They were coming on the way out with you, but we was like using them. Mm-hmm. We was using them. We was playing Oregon Trail and shit. Mm-hmm. And the person, they kept getting dysentery and dying. Dysentery is like basically like diarrhea, but it's like a game. It's like an automated game we used to play. It was very boring, but we had every school had a computer lab back in the day.
Yeah,
and we was using them old ass Mac computers. Mm-hmm. Was it Mac or Macintosh? I can't remember either one.
Yeah, it's the same company.
Yeah, but they used to say Macintosh, and then some of them used to have
the rainbow apple.
Yeah,
with the gay apple.
Yeah, with the pride apple on that motherfucker. And that shit was expensive. That was a $2,000 computer, homie.
Yeah.
$2,100. And it was in the early 90s.
The thing with the keyboard, it had the little slot for the floppy disk.
For the floppy disk, little slot, it sure did. And it had like a sleeve that went over it, like a cover. Because my grandma had one back in the early 90s.
We had the Macs. We had the Macs in junior high. But it was when those colorful ones came out. With the little hump
bubble
on the
in
back.
the back.
With the little booty on it.
It'd be like some was pink, green, teal, just all those colors. Yeah.
Different color ones, yeah.
It just looked like it looked like an old TV almost.
Yeah. I ain't going for I have two Macs now, but I would die for a Mac back in the day.
Yeah, that was different technology, man.
Yeah. It was just like, gotta have it type stuff.
Yeah. I think I need to get me a Mac like that one there.
Yeah.
You said how much you get that one for? Like 800, 1,000?
No, that was like 600, something 650, something like that. That's the one I went to. And I'm name dropping here, but I went to. I can't even think of his name now, or what I'm name drop. But mixed by Ali. So he has a studio called No Name Studio, which is the former Death Row studio, and we were doing some work for him. And when I went into the thing, he had like one of those, and I was like, so when you look on the thing, it had like folders and files and stuff like that from like Schoolboy Q sessions and Kendrick Lamar sessions and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is what he came up mixing music on. So I was like, dang, I need one of these, because the laptop wasn't able to handle a lot of the 6K footage and stuff that I had, and it would just like get hot and the fan would cut on, and it was just it couldn't handle it. So I was like, let me get that one. So it's like the big I don't know how many inches, 33 inches or something like that.
It's definitely not 33.
How many?
That's probably about a 17-inch screen.
17?
Oh yeah, 17. Okay. Yeah.
Nah, that's way bigger than 17.
No, it's not.
That's bigger than 17, bro.
No, it's not.
It's bigger than 17. Trust me.
At the most, it's 20.
20?
20. 17 to 20.
Well, when we get off.
But it ain't 33. I got that. No, look it up now, Keith.
I can't look it up.
The listeners need to know that you're wrong today. What version is that one?
I don't know. It's the iMac, but I don't know which year it is. It might be like 2015 or something like that. But I don't really know.
Okay. Damn, they got a new one. That says pick up tomorrow. Damn, they niggas trying to get me to buy a fucking Mac. $1,400. This is a 27-inch screen on this one. That's a big one. This one is 21, and then the other one is 21. So I said I was 20 to 17 to 20.
It's not 17, bro.
Yeah, so it must be 21 then. But it ain't.
It might be 27.
Nah, nigga, 27 is a new one.
24? Might be 24. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
A13 inch. Apple iMac A13, 12, 27 inch. 27 seems to be the biggest one. So they got a 24. Apple make too many goddamn products. Yeah, they're different sizes. They're nice though. I like these.
Yeah.
They're decent. Put enough shit on there.
Mm-hmm.
All the podcast shit go right on that fucking computer.
Yeah. It's just like, it's a nice screen. You can watch videos on there and stuff.
Yeah, it works.
And it's just that. It's not like no tower or nothing. It's just the whole thing is in one.
It's integrated, right? Mm-hmm. It's all in there.
And Bluetooth keyboard and stuff.
Oh shit!
No wires. Right. Yeah, you plug and play. Feel me?
Yes, sir. On crib. Mm-hmm. All right, switching gears. Let's go and wrap it up here, man.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up with this one. Ozempic. Ozempic is this. It's like for people with type 2 diabetes, but one of the, I guess, side effects to this form of pen, it's like a pen that you put into your stomach. It's a form of medicine, but the side effect is weight loss. So it's gone viral on social media with people because they're losing weight and they're using it as a weight loss product now, which is kind of wild. They'd be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know the side effects of that.
They don't, but they said that one of the side effects potentially could be cancer, long term.
Yeah.
Right. But here's the thing: we live in a country where people are saying, things like body positivity, love yourself, blah blah blah. Right. This is what people say. They say it doesn't matter if I'm overweight, whatever. Right. And I'm not here to judge anyone at all.
I am.
But if we're so happy with ourselves and we say love yourself and body positivity, why are there so many people getting BBLs? Why are there so many people using Ozempic that don't even have type 2 diabetes? This is for people with diabetes, okay? But you're using it because it's helping you lose weight. And that's fucked up because it's going to be harder for people that have type 2 diabetes to actually use this medicine, right? And that's the thing. Everybody wants a fucking shortcut, man.
Yeah, imagine somebody that really need it.
Yeah.
And it's like a shortage or something like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of I just finished that show Swarm.
Oh yeah, it's a good show.
In the last episode, the girl she like strangles the little light skinned girl. She was in that movie Dope and stuff
crazy,
like that.
Yeah.
She strangles her, and the girl like folds. So she gives her the tickets to the Niger concert. She folds it, put it in her pocket. And she really get mad. She really strangles.
She strangles the fucking shit out of her.
It's so funny. But then she burns her body, and then she realizes that she burned the tickets up. So I think that's kind of like, it just reminds me of like what life would look like, if this like Ozempic stuff get out of hand. You know what I mean? Like people that really need it is like out here trying to get the stuff that helped them with they disease or they sickness or whatever, and it's being consumed by people trying to get a six pack. It's like crazy.
Yeah, no, they're not trying to get a six pack. They're trying to lose weight. These motherfuckers ain't getting no six pack off of this. You could lose up to 8 pounds a week.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You should really be. You should be. It should be a high cautionary. I won't say a cautionary tale, but there should be high caution when something can make you lose 8 pounds a week. It was a video.
Something's is always too good to be true.
Yeah,
like, this is too easy right now.
Yeah, people gonna start tripping once you be like, I was taking Ozempic, I took it for 2 years, and my penis got 3 inches shorter. You'd be like, man, you lost all that weight just to have a little dick. That's fucked up.
Some people only got 3 inches. They might have a vagina right now. A vagina with some nuts hanging out.
Big ass nuts. Wouldn't that be fucked up if it gave you huge nuts and the dick shrunk? Damn.
That'd be tragic.
That'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do now, bro?
Yeah. Oh, no.
walking around with big
Big old nuts.
monkey nuts.
Yeah, swinging nuts.
And that's crazy. Stay out the Ozempic, folks.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that I don't know. It goes back to that conversation we have about like people not really wanting to put the work in.
Right.
You know, this kind of microwave society. I think that I don't know. I think for me, there's a balance, right? Like we want to automate a lot of stuff. You know, in terms of like they have things like LegalZoom now, where you can pay someone or you can pay the company LegalZoom to set up your LLC, or you have you know, certain things like Rocket Money that, and I'm dang near doing advertisement now, but you have Rocket Money, which is like a company that kind of is like an accountant of sorts nowadays. You know, they tell you when your bills are coming up, they tell you how much money you spent, all these different things. So automated things are good, but I think that we have to kind of stay grounded in some areas of our life. And going to the gym, working out, eating healthy, I think that something like that should always be on the agenda in your calendar, because, you know, once we start just like then that, not only that, the Ozempic stuff, people are like sculpting their body now. I forget the dude's name, but he's like a rapper that went to prison for a long time.
Kevo something.
Yeah.
He's Badman Kevo.
Yeah, the nigga's like sculpted his abs. He got like a decent body now.
They did a surgery. It looks a little cartoonish though. Mm-hmm. They did something to his chest to make it bigger, and they cut his abs up. I'm like, dude, I would never do that.
Yeah.
Fuck no. You got these fake, weird looking abs. Oh, Oscar De La Hoya did it too. Mm-hmm. Oscar De La Hoya.
He look weird, huh?
He look a little weird. I'm like,
he too old to be looking like that.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Nobody trying to see some almost 60-year-old abs, man. Yeah, that's fucked up. Like folks, if you really love yourself, bro, like I personally, I feel like people in the 90s, especially, they had like I think people really had a little more love for themselves because they had no choice.
Yeah.
If you had a little dick in the 90s, you just had a small penis. Mm-hmm. If you had a small booty or you had a flat chest in the 90s, you just had small titties.
You just had it, huh?
It's just genetics. Mm-hmm. It's nothing wrong with you. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that you're viewing the world. Like you're looking at the world and you're like, something's wrong with me. That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. It's really been out here that look at a porno and the dude got like a 12-inch penis. That's not normal.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be looking at a porno and the dude, that's not normal. You know, probably 1% of the world out here with 12-inch penises, bro.
Yeah.
And by the way, they have to do that shit on tape because them is the only women that can handle something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably some girls in Freaknik that can handle that 12.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Now I would remember growing up, and you know, when you growing up, you don't really see other people naked like that. Like,
no.
You know, like, so, you know, we didn't have like the old locker. I grew up in like the 2000s, so or I was in school in the 2000s, so it wasn't like we was taking showers naked next to each other and stuff like that in gym. You know, you just put your shorts on and go
old
play
school. They was doing that.
Yeah, so I didn't really know what it looked like or what to compare myself to. But the only thing I can compare myself to was the porn star. You know, so when you're looking at that, you're like, dang, I got a little weenie.
Yeah.
But then you realize like you really just average. You stack up.
Yeah, you either average or above average. Because women will be like. Women, it's subjective, man. It's subjective.
Yeah, you could be knocking somebody walls down.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, there's so much.
Yeah, it's so much.
What the hell?
Yeah.
You got to stop watching that goddamn Bang Bros. You watching that shit, you really gonna have your mind messed up.
Yeah, especially when the white boy come out with the 12, he'd be like, dang, I'm really low out here.
You said the white boy come out?
Yeah. When the Asian dude got a 12, you like, damn.
I ain't never seen that.
Asian. Yeah, I ain't never seen no Asian with no Louisville slugger.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that. No disrespect, man. No disrespect to Asians out there.
If there was, he would for sure be like the most popular like porn star.
Yeah, that nigga's name would be like David Wang. Nigga's last name for sure would be Wang. Michael Wang.
Michael Wang is crazy.
You ready to take this big dick? It'd be some super satirical, like borderline racist shit too.
Yeah.
It'd be like, you ready to take this big dick? Ding, 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 ding. That's how porn is. Porn is super stereotypical and racist.
Yeah.
It'd be like a black dude, like, yeah, I'm a rapper, you know, trying to find my way in this world.
Yeah.
You'd be like, why do every black guy got to be this fucking?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Imagine like you taking porn literally, and you be like, man, the acting in this movie is terrible.
Nigga trying to give it a Rotten Tomato review.
I give this a 32. Oh man.
I think one day, this is like my filmmaker brain, but I think one day it's gonna be a guy that went to film school, but he really cares about like porn.
Wow.
But he like Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino level of filmmaker.
Wow.
So he gonna combine like the craziest porno, but like a really good film.
Imagine that though. Imagine somebody writes a really good script, but they just like the sex scenes is like
it's legit
wild.
Yeah, because we watched Swarm, right? And the second scene in the movie is like cheeks
in the show, yeah.
Yeah, in the show, yeah. Mm-hmm. Second scene in the thing is just straight cheeks in the air. But imagine if that's like real. Like you get the other angle and you really see that nigga in there, like he really in there. And then it goes to the next scene. It's just great dialogue, great acting, great cinematography.
I think that, but here's the issue. The issue is trying to make like porn stars actual good actors. I think that would be
trash.
They're probably terrible.
Yeah. Because that's real.
It's like, come on, you keep getting this girl stuck in the goddamn the dryer machine. She keeps getting stuck in the dryer machine. It's on purpose. You got to take this out of the script, man.
Like take 57.
Like, I think I'm stuck. Is somebody there? Can somebody help me? And then fucking all of a sudden the goddamn pizza man come out. His cock is already out. Like, I think I can help you. I'm not sure if I can. Let me try this. Like, this is just terrible.
Yeah.
It's probably people that really be like legitimately like liking that type of acting. Mm-hmm. Like that's like their thing.
Yeah, like they really sit through all the introduction.
We're not supposed to be doing this. You're my stepsister.
Oh, that'd be some weird stuff. I don't know why. Yeah, the cool part about it is like it's all acting, right? But there's people that really like. There has to be like, I don't really come from like a step family, so I don't really know what that's like. But there has to be people that really live that life. Like they stepsister might be kind of fire.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We shouldn't be doing this. You're old enough to be my mom.
Yeah, the stepmom is wild too.
You're my mom's friend. We shouldn't be doing this. You've really grown up, Danny. You've really grown up a whole lot.
That's crazy.
That really be like that.
You're not little Danny anymore.
You're
smacking his stepmoms.
Oh man, that nigga get done smashing. Just give him a little Capri Sun pouch.
Chill.
Oh yeah,
make that nigga a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Get that nigga Uncrustable. You know what's funny is this dude made an Uncrustable. Like he made it for his daughter or something.
Yeah, and
she didn't even know the difference.
Really?
All he did was take a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and he put a little circular, like a cylinder, like a bowl. He pressed it on top, and he cut the crust around it, and then he pressed the edges, and he took a fork. And he pressed all the way around it, and it created
put them little ridges on there.
The ridges, and it created the pocket. But that's not it. Then he deep fried it.
Ooh,
man!
I've had fried. Well, I haven't had deep fried. I don't want to say that,
bro. That shit
looked good.
Oh man, it looked good, bro.
I wasn't. I didn't deep fry peanut butter and jelly, but I just put it in like a skillet with butter, like toasted it almost.
Wow.
And it wasn't for me,
bro. I got one for you. And y'all, bro, you will love it. You probably make this for your girl too. Get the Uncrustable. Mm-hmm. Get 2 eggs. Get a little bit of almond milk. Get some cinnamon, and just just move it up, like stir it up or shake it up if you got a shaker cup, and make French toast out of that motherfucker.
It's good.
Oh man. Bro, I haven't had an Uncrustable like that. I've seen somebody do it once, but I make French toast protein So what I do is I get these French toast from Oral Wheat, and they're like the keto style breads, and I get like 4 slices of bread. But I get, I use my shaker cup and I get 2 eggs, crack them, put them in there. And then I get 1 scoop of protein, put it in there. And then I get a little bit, probably about maybe 5 ounces of almond milk, shake it up real good. And then I get a freezer bag, put the bread in it, and then I pour all of it into the bag. All of the contents that was in the shaker cup, I pour it into the freezer bag and I zip it up. And I kind of like agitate it to where all the fucking ingredients goes and soaks into the bread. So you got to let it chill for just a second. And then by the time you put it on there, bro, it's like it foam up like a cake. It just like kind of like lifts up and you be eating it like, what the fuck did I just do? What did I just do, bro?
Yeah.
That shit is so fucking good.
No, that do sound good.
If anybody heard what I just said, you're welcome. That's a hell of a breakfast right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that do sound good.
Yeah, you got to try it with an Uncrustable, though. Because I don't, but just probably, they got decent size, so I'll probably say get about just 2 of them, put them in a freezer bag or just a storage pouch with the zip on it. Put the almond milk and the egg and the cinnamon there. You ain't got to put protein powder.
Yeah.
That's just by choice. You put that shit in there like that, bro, that shit'll be French Uncrustable.
Yeah, I got to try that.
And here's the craziest part. That shit gonna start, it's gonna get that little crust on the back. And then put syrup on it. Yeah. Oh, game over, man.
Yeah, that's Todd need to make that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him.
Todd got to try it first, and then I see if it's legit.
Oh no, I can make the shit.
My my girl's mom, she has I guess my girlfriend's niece. So she'd be watching her like a few times a week or whatever. And my girl's mom, she was like, they'd be like sharing videos of the baby or whatever. And when she was like, hey, like, look at this, like, Granny made you some homemade Uncrustables. And it was funny to me because it's like it's just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that you cut the thing off. So it's not really homemade. It's just like all you did was cut the thing around it.
Hold on though. Now, how much work did she do? Because the way I explained it was a little more elaborate.
Yeah. Well, but I don't know if she did all that. She just made the peanut butter and jelly, and then she cut the thing around it, like, and then she put a little like cookie cutter, and then like twisted it a few bits.
Personally, I'm not a huge fan of jelly. Right? I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So I would reference y'all to get peanut butter and honey and
honey
try
is
this
good.
shit.
Peanut butter and honey is fire.
Yeah, you get peanut butter and
peanut
honey.
butter and honey, you got it. It's fire in the summertime. I don't know if you can eat that in the winter.
I don't even make any sense, Keith.
You just got certain foods just go better in the summertime.
Our job is to inform the listener, not mislead them.
Listen to me. Because I'm not deep frying no Uncrustable.
Yo, imagine if you work at McDonald's and you just start deep frying anything. You'd be like, I got these chicken nuggets from Food Max. I'm about to fry this whole bag.
Oh, you not.
Fuck it. Throw it all in there.
God damn.
I would just be taking shit from the house, frying it.
The freaking big old bag from Costco. You just in there deep frying your own food. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I remember it's some items that I had when I was a kid. They're like discontinued now. We used to have these spicy chicken patties that was so fucking good. Oh my god.
They brought them back for a little bit.
What were they Tyson ones?
Oh, I'm thinking you're talking about McDonald's.
No. McDonald's. I think they still got spices, don't they?
Yeah,
they didn't have when I was a kid. They didn't have them.
Yeah. No, they had. I think I know what you're talking. I used to serve those at the high school.
Tyson came in like a silver wrap package.
Yeah,
man. For some reason, cafeteria food when you was in high school was always piping hot or cold. There wasn't no in between.
Yeah,
you'd be eating a hot chicken side with steam coming off it. Shit.
My low key favorite thing for lunch in high school was the they called it a taco salad, but it was really just like a nacho. They had one line that was just, it was probably like 3 or 4 days out of the week, it was just a nacho. And that was like the most consistent thing. Because some of the other stuff wasn't as...
I think I know what you're talking about, because I went there obviously years before you went there, but we had 3 lines. On the far right, it was nacho line. Like it was nacho and burritos. And then the middle one was the different hot food. It would be like burgers or chicken sandwiches. And then there was a line next to that was salads. And then there was another one on the far left, and it was the everyday special. Like it was something different in that line every day.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think that's kind of how ours was set up like this. So what, it was it three lunch lines?
It was 4 because
it was three like connected to the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 3, and that's like on the far right, you might get, depending on the day, you might get pizza, or you might get like those nachos I was telling you about.
Okay, so that they switched the lines up.
Yeah, and in the middle, that might be, I think that's where like the chicken sandwiches
Oh, that's still the same then.
And then on the far left, it was like, we had everything from the orange chicken to the,
fuck.
to like, you might get the turkey, mashed potato.
Oh, that shit was fire.
Yeah, that right there.
Cream turkey?
Yeah.
Oh
Or you might
God.
get teriyaki, the teriyaki chicken right there. And then on the far left, if you facing like, I guess like the west facing west, there was like a little kiosk, and then they had sandwiches there. So you can make your own sandwich. You might have turkey meat or whatever, shredded lettuce. It was pretty fire with the sub. Yeah, it was good.
Now, here's the thing, though, that was crazy. The salad line was worth it back in the day because it was self-serve.
You can stack your plate crazy.
It was, so you stack it stupid, disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
Man, one dude, this one nigga, this nigga named Craig, he used to put so much ranch on the salad. The whole top would just be white.
That's ridiculous.
I'd be like, nigga, what are you doing?
That's terrible.
You got a family size amount of ranch on that salad, man.
It was one of the underrated things that I liked a lot at school was they had these honey roasted sunflower seeds. I found them like once or twice, like in Walmart.
They didn't have that when I was there.
Yeah, there was these small little, maybe like 8-ounce packs, 6-ounce packs or something like that.
Wow.
And they would have them, but them was fire.
Those are good. I think they still have those type of seeds at Winco.
That's where I need to go because them mugs is good.
They're good, but they make you move your bowels. Be careful.
Yeah, get the blood flowing and all that good stuff.
Yeah. You'll be in there shitting your pants in no time.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like Poopnik.
Freaknik.
All right. Well, folks, it looks like we've made it to the end of the road today.
Yeah.
We want to thank you guys for listening, and make sure you head on over to the podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right.
Subscribe over there.
Subscribe over there, please. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, go to the Instagram page at A Trucker's Mind Podcast and TikTok. Why not? Head over there too. Why not?
Hit the Cash App one time.
Hit the Cash App, man. If you feel like we've earned a donation, head over there at ATMPOD. It'll be on the screen somewhere. And also go to atruckersmind.com if you'd like to purchase a hat.
Yeah.
Right? And for the local people, we could probably make an arrangement. If you're local here, we'd probably be able to stop by the office or something if Keith's around.
Yeah.
And just get you a hat and pay the local price here. Okay? Or the donation price, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Right? Well, folks, if you made it to the end of this podcast, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to A Trucker's Mind Podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Fings.
We're out of here.
Peace.